Nobody does it better than the man in front of your eyes. I'm a walking solution, why would the truth lie? If you decide to find another, you may survive, but never satisfied. Never mind the soul ties, realize the way that I'm living is different. Handle my business when enlisted, apply the game in any lane I'm driven. Never aimless in my intention, knowing no limits to my ambition. May they lie, they may, what can I say? I'll never change. Yo, what's happening? What's shaking? Top of the morning. And yeah, that goes for the afternoon and the evening too. But check it out, man. I want to break down observation, how I see it. You know what I'm saying? How it's important, when and how to focus it, so on and so forth. But I want to first start by saying I am pro-choice. I am an advocate, and I'm not just talking about like the abortion movement, Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood. That, I'm talking about as far as every human being being able to proceed according to their self-determination, like what they want to do, what they want to pursue. You have the choice to choose to do what you feel necessary to make it there, So I'm for that. Let me start by saying that. That being said, when it comes to observation, you can choose what you observe. You know what I'm saying? You can choose what you pay attention to. That's your choice as well. Now, if you're choosing to pay attention to something for benefit, growth, looking for positivity, that's a good reason to observe, But if you're observing to damage, tear down without building, destroy, and you know what I'm saying? If you're observing for that negative reason, you know what I'm saying? You might need to focus your observation inward, you know what I'm saying? Or focus it somewhere else. You know what I'm talking about? Do you get me? Do you feel what I'm saying? Because what you observe, what you're paying attention to, dictates how your process continues to move and which direction it goes, and having a focused purpose for the reason that you're observing something, that right there makes it to where now your observation is coming from the vein of positivity. You know what I'm saying? From an honest place, a sincere place. Because while you're living life, you're going to be observed. You know what I'm saying? When you go out into the public, you're being observed. Not to try to make you paranoid. Don't, relax. It's all good. It's just a way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the physical existence. It's observation. That's part of interaction. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying to you is, first, dictate what you observe, what you're paying attention to. The reason, you know what I'm saying? Make the reason a beneficial one for all parties involved, you know what I'm saying? Not on a selfish thing, a self-gratification kind of thing, but I'm talking about beneficial as far as a positive interaction. Observe for that reason. Because let me tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm very observant, and I observe, you know what I'm saying, when I see a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying, in all her glorious beauty, you know what I'm saying? I'm observing and paying attention, you know what I'm saying? And I'm choosing to focus my observation in that way because I feel like the interaction would be beneficial for all parties involved, you know what I'm saying? But observation drew me to that conclusion, you feel me? So, and beneficial as far as like cool vibe, positivity, not to extract anything from her. It's all about choice. Never by force. Never let anybody force you, you know what I'm saying, to do anything, because that's the difference between doing what you want to do and then doing what you can. You see what I'm saying? If you're doing what you can, there's a limit on what you can do. But if you do what you want to do, you're choosing to do so. You know what I'm talking about? So that's very important. You feel what I'm saying? Like, very important. So I'm saying observation as far as I'm observing her in all her beauty. So therefore, the focus of my observation is a positive interaction. And observation meaning, let me break this part down to you so we're on the same page. My definition of observation, and it's like, my definition isn't right. Just don't say mine is wrong, because that's how I see it. You see what I'm saying? That's my viewpoint. And I respect yours, so, feel mine. Observation to me is when you're paying attention to something and then you're also soaking in and processing how that plays into you being who you need to be, if that makes sense. Maybe I should break it down further. Observation is important to shape your perspectives. It's important to shape your understanding. along with your experiences. You know, all of it plays a part in making you who you are. You know what I'm saying? And developing your character, developing you as a woman or a man. You know, it makes you a more solid person. And then with that solidness up in you, you know what I'm saying? You can be solid externally with those who are also solid, you know? But observation is a part of the process of becoming that wonderful person, you know? And that's why it's important to have the proper focus for your observation. There should be a reason why you're observing. Now, that's to say everything, that doesn't mean everything is meant to be analyzed. So don't get me wrong, don't get me twisted. I'm not telling you to be like the super detective, you know, looking for clues and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to urge you to, you know, become a police or nothing like that. You know, like, make your observations beneficial for all parties involved and focused. Have a reason. And the main reason should be to build self-love. And then in the vein of reciprocity, you know what I'm saying? That back, forth and forward, you know what I'm saying? In the name of reciprocity, you feel me? If you are observing, investing in yourself, making yourself a better person, that should be giving back. So that good that you're developing, that you're growing, that self-love, that self-cherishing, not in a conceited way, not in a grotesque way, you know what I'm saying? But to make you a better, upstanding human being and a better member of your tribe, because it's going to come from without. If you believe in reciprocity, that back, forth and forth, you know what I'm saying? If you believe in that, that should be the purpose. And then therefore, that should be the focus of your observation, is to build self, to be a better member of your respective tribe. Do you feel me? Do you get what I'm saying? Very important. Why do I think this is important to bring up at a time like this? It's because right now we're being saturated with so much to observe. It's kind of hard to pick the focus of your observation properly, you know? And that's how we get different levels of non-connection between people who should be connected, especially at a time like this. You see? But if you're being thrown so many things, you know what I'm saying, you're going to pay attention because, again, the way of the world, the way of the physical form, observation plays a big part because you're viewing through these eyes as long as they're open. You know what I'm saying? As long as these eyes are open, you're going to be observing something. Even if you sit in the room and stare at the wall, you're observing the wall. It might not benefit you anything to observe the wall, you know what I'm saying? But you will be observing the wall. Get out. Hey, that being said, to all the introverts, it's all love. I'm not tripping on you, but find time to go outside, find time to soak up the sun. I will advocate that to you in person if I knew you. Go, I know you, but I'm saying, like, if I was right here with you, you know what I'm saying? If you're in my presence, you feel me? I will advocate getting your vitamin D. I'm gonna just put it like that. So that being said, our observations shape our perspectives, our outlooks, and then therefore how we proceed, because according to your understanding is how you proceed. So if you haven't been observing or had a focused observation, you know, or if you haven't focused your observation, let me say it like that, if you have not done that, what you've been soaking in is not going to be beneficial to your process in life. I hope you feel me. You know what I'm saying? So, very important to focus your observation, you know, which direction. And then to those who observe for the sake of tearing down, why would you waste your time choosing to observe to exert negative energy? Why would you observe for that reason? That's funny. That's like some infiltrate CIA that's like some crazy kind of stuff, you know? Why would you observe for that reason? Because that's why somebody watching you do something, I'm not talking about guilty, like people that have guilty consciences and stuff like that, that know they did something shifty, they won't want to watch you for a different reason. They wouldn't want you to watch them, for a different reason. I'm talking about people who are hyper cautious of people viewing what they're doing, their actions and stuff like that. To me, this is my opinion, again, my disclaimer, believe how you believe. Nothing personal. Don't take it personal what I put out to you. Check it out. I feel like that's because the police make it to where you feel like you're being observed for a negative reason, which will end you up in a position where you lost your freedom or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's like that extra pressure that throws off the harmony of human interaction. That extra pressure that's not necessary. You know? If you're in a place where police are hostile, you know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that's the case, you know. If it's not the case, then in different ways, the external affects the interaction between people because it affects the internal. And how you feel inside is what you exude. So if I'm exuding hostility, negativity, the external contributed to my coming to the conclusion that I need to act in hostility. I need to act in this manner, you know? So that's my only point. So I hope you didn't get me twisted. But yeah, you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very important to focus your observation. Very important. Again, the focus of their observation is to suppress. You know what I'm saying? To cuff up, to take the court, if you make it to court, you know? That's the reason of their observation, and I feel like that negative makes it to where, why you watching me, man? Why you look, especially like, that's what the younger, you know what I'm saying? If you're thinking about children that are coming into their own, they're growing, maturing daily before your eyes, if you're in close quarters with them, if you're taking care of them, if you're around them, if you're responsible for their livelihood, you know, they're growing daily in front of your eyes. So their purpose for observation at this time is to learn to become an adult or mature, like, you know, of course, going through the steps and the progresses and evolutions of human beings, of course, not just like from toddler to grown man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about like, you know, baby, toddler, adolescent, you know what I'm saying? To get to that point, their observations is helping them along in that process. So if you're an adult and you're worried or don't like when your little one is watching you, looking at you, or any little one, you know what I'm saying? It'd be time when I'd be walking down the block or something like that, and somebody might have a baby and they strolling, the baby be looking dead at me as I'm walking past like this. Sometimes mouth open, sometimes not. And then I just smile and laugh, you know what I'm saying? And depending on how I feel like the body language of the person whose baby it is, I approach accordingly, you know what I'm saying? But I just smile at it because they're observing. They're soaking in all they can soak in to learn how to, you know, evolve properly. You know what I'm saying? To fit into this here society, you know? But yeah, that's observation. It's very necessary for growth, for development. And as an adult, you know what I'm saying? When you've matured mentally, not all adults are mature mentally, but I'm just, for the sake of conversation, when you become an adult, you feel what I'm saying? Now you have the responsibility to focus your observation or focus the direction of your observation. You feel me? It's on you. And though you might observe, that doesn't mean you will retain what you observed as well, you know? Because some things you can't help but to observe. It's in your face, you know? If you're connected to the world, then you're gonna see things that are not desirable. That's not what you wanna see. But if you see it, you know what I'm saying? You should know how to proceed accordingly beyond that point. You know what I'm saying? But that's the importance of observation. Whether you're viewing something that you don't want to see or something that you're focusing your attention to observe. You know what I'm saying? It's all important for that growth. So the times when you see something that you don't want to see, you feel what I'm saying? Still apply technically, practically, your observation skills. Observe and pull what's going to benefit. Sometimes benefits hurt. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Sometimes what's the best way to say it? How can I paint this picture to you? Sometimes it's like medicine. It's nasty going down, but it's beneficial for you, if that makes sense. That was probably the worst example ever, but I couldn't think of nothing. but I want to keep the conversation going, so I'm just leave that right there. It's kind of like that. It's good for you, but it's not feeling good, or doesn't have a good taste to it. Bad taste, you know what I'm saying? It's left in your mouth because of that, but you needed it, you know? And yeah, so cherish and respect that observation, but then from that, which you're forced to observe, you know what I'm saying? Apply it and focus it and know how to proceed accordingly from that point. How to proceed accordingly from that point. You feel what I'm saying? Your observations are important for that to be your reality. Now, if you're observing the same thing over and over and over and over again, still talking about that which you don't like, you know what I'm saying? If you're paying attention and tuning in and observing something you don't like over and over and over again, and you never set out to change it, you cannot complain about your observation. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's affecting you directly, you cannot complain about your observation if you're not trying to change your scope, your view. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're not trying to change anything. And that's, again, pro-choice. So you choose to observe what you observe. You choose to accept what you accept. You choose to endure what you endure. You know what I'm saying? You're choosing that. It's not right if somebody's forcing that kinds of treatment on you. Very true. I cannot take that from you. I agree 100%. But, you know what I'm saying? How long you endure is your choice. Say I'm lying. I disagreed with you earlier. You got to feel that part, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to feel that. That's real. You choose to endure. Same with observation. You can choose what you observe. Observe for a beneficial reason. Again, not selfishly, not like self-gratification, but observe to be a benefit to all involved. Whatever you're gonna grow or develop from that observation, let, you know what I'm saying, those who will experience that externally benefit as well. Do you get me? Hopefully. If you don't, I guess, you know what I'm saying? If you got my number, call me and we could talk about it. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because, again, on the daily, you know what I'm saying? Day to day, you're gonna observe something as long as you're breathing. Pick the direction of your observation, you feel me? Not only will you be better for it, will you be more fulfilled for that, you know what I'm saying? All involved in all who you are attached to, whether romantically, you know what I'm saying, culturally, you know what I'm saying, as far as heritage-wise, as far as bloodline, as far, it don't matter, all that. You're gonna be a benefit because your observations was for the sake of growth, for the sake of positivity, excuse me. Positivity, you know what I'm saying, for the sake of development, for raising up. And you can apply this where you may. I know I'm being vague, but I just wanted to touch on observation as what it is, how I see it, how it should be utilized. Because everything is what you make it. I could tell you, hey, I hope you have a good day. But I could also say, hey, you know what I'm saying, I want you to have a good day, but everything is what you make it, so make it a good day. You know what I'm saying? And the loved one put me under that, you know what I'm saying? That's a good philosophy to have. Everything is what you make it, so you could make it a great day. Shit, you could make it a wonderful day at that, you feel me? A beautiful day, a glorious day, you feel me? A triumphant day. You could make it any of those days, man. You know what I'm saying? You could make it that way, because everything is what you make it. You know? Make your observations count for something. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow them to be a detriment to you and all around you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that be the case, because look, the importance of observation is as clear as this. This is the bottom line. Right now, think about this. Right now, you can go on your phone, right? If you go on YouTube, you can type in anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Netflix, type in anything you want. You feel what I'm saying? Once you choose and click on something and begin to watch it, if the content is not to your benefit, spiritually, mentally, whatever, but you're observing it, you're putting your eyes on that which you're observing? Do you feel what I'm telling you? What's the point of complaining about what you're observing if you don't seek to change it? So if it's okay, so that being said, if it can't be changed, why observe it? I'm talking about in a positive, negative way, beneficial, detrimental way. You see what I'm saying? To put it in perspective. You know? Why would you continue to observe that which is not a benefit, not only to you, but to anybody you might be attached to? Okay. So that being placed on the table, if you, say for example, if you go on the same things, you know, YouTube, Netflix, and then you put something on that nourishes you, feeds you, you know what I'm saying, allows you to broaden your scope, gives you an idea. I'm not talking about like no documentary or audio book, or no, I'm talking about something that gets you to think, you know what I'm saying, outside the box, that gets you to want to pursue something different. If you do something, like for everybody that's trying to start a business or something like that, and credit to my wise advisors, you know what I'm saying, they put me onto this. And really, it's just common knowledge, really, because I was going to ask. Anyway, I'm gonna just say this part right here. Anything you want to know, you have access to it. Do you feel what I'm telling you? So before you observe something that's not going to be a benefit to you, observe something that will be, that can help you progress or prosper in the future. You know? Now, on a personal level, when you're with your romantic counterpart, if you're around friends, observation is very, very important, because the truth is in the details as far as observation. As far as observation, you know what I'm saying? And that right there leads to consideration depending on where your heart is, you know what I'm saying? So if you're observing with a positive, you know what I'm saying, spirit, a positive, genuine, sincere energy, your observations will lead to acknowledgement, consideration, you know, things of the like, all the positive things, you know what I'm saying? All the things the ladies like, you feel me? It will lead to those things if your heart's in the right place, you see? But if your observations are in animosity, you'll become more critical, not like constructive criticism. You'll become more demeaning in your vocabulary, you know what I'm saying? You become more venomous, you know? This goes for men and women as well, you know? But I'm really talking to men and women, let me put it like that. But I can only speak from my experiences as well, is what I do want to tell you. So this is not gender specific, but my conversations are more times than not with fair sex, you know what I'm saying, to put it that way. But yeah, so if your observations are based in positive, good energy, you know what I'm saying, your observations will be a positive thing. They will help the relationship grow. They'll help the interaction grow, because you acknowledgement, consideration, giving credit where credit is due, giving credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, all that comes from the positive energy and your observations being direct. You know what I'm saying? Being directed by you, which you choose. On the flip end, if you're coming with hostility, that's your energy. That's what type of time you on. You know what I'm saying? If you're coming with that, your observations are going to be hypercritical. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. Sometimes, possibly, if you're just feeling that way, and you've already had a pattern of observing, you know what I'm saying, in hostility. You've been observing that way for a while now, you know? So now you've built a pattern, you feel me? So you just some days for no reason. But anyway, your observation is going to come from that negative place. Hypercritical, demeaning, you know what I'm saying? Hostile, you know what I'm saying? Overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like in a trying to get fear kind of way. Because anybody you're interacting with, there should be love there. And not love in a weak way. You know, go check out one of my other videos about love. I break it down in a different way. I'm talking about the genuine kind. You know what I'm saying? You should not get somebody to fear leaving you. You should get them to not want to, because they love to be with you. That's my philosophy. You feel me? So why am I trying to get big on you in an aggressive way? Now you could roast. There's a time to roast if you just being playful and you like y'all roasting. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a good roasting, bro. But I'm talking about like you attacking with your verbiage. You see what I'm saying? Wow, that engenders fear, especially if you threatening to hit and stuff like that. You feel me? Why not want her to love you enough to want to be with you, around you? And if she chooses to go, let her blow, man. Don't hold her there, you know? Let her go. But the choice is hers, just like the choice is yours. You can choose to invest your time, your energy, your conversation or not, bro. And then shorty, you know what I'm saying? You can choose to invest your time, energy, and conversation as well, but also you can choose whether you come or go. But I want you to know, I want you to remain, so I'm gonna show that unconditional love, man. You feel me? I'm gonna show that because my observations are coming from a positive energy. You know what I'm saying? From a positive place. And that should be the way for everybody, man. That should be the way, whatever tribe you're a part of, whatever culture, whatever community, just interacting with people. And it should come from that way. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're observing in all positivity, you know what I'm saying? Still keep your eyes peeled for the negativity to come and, you know, blindsided. You feel what I'm talking about? But observing with your direction for the positive, for the beneficial, there wouldn't be as much drama as we probably seeing in our day-to-days, whatever you're observing in your day-to-day. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It would be a lot less drama, bro, because you're not observing to tear down, to criticize. You know what I'm saying? To one up, to challenge. You know what I'm saying? You're observing to build, to add to, contribute, pay tribute. You know what I'm saying? Showing love. But that's just my idealism running. You know what I'm saying? The way of the world is, you're going to observe something daily. You know what I'm saying? At least be the decider of what you observe, what you allow in your vision. You feel what I'm saying? In your sight. And then, you know, direct your observation for the sake of positivity, being beneficial and benefited. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of growth. Let that be the reason or the energy behind the direction you choose for your observation. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, because do pay attention. Keep your eyes peeled. Do not try to pull the veil over your eyes and make it seem like to yourself that everything's fine, everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because again, observation is a part of life. You're gonna see some things that you do not want to see, and it's a part of life. Whether circumstances, a person, situation, you're gonna see some things that you did not want to see. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the beauty guru. I don't have a standard for beauty, but just whatever your standard of beauty is. Have you ever seen somebody so ugly you wish you didn't never seen them? Like, bro, I wish I wouldn't have seen that. I wish I could take that sight back. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I wish I could take that visual direction back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate. I'm not trying to. That was probably a terrible example. You know, I'm not a bad guy. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Let me throw that out on the table. I'm talking about as far as your preference. Everybody has a preference, you know what I'm saying? And you cannot sit here and say you do not. There's something that you're attracted to, that you'll place your direction for observation toward, you know what I'm saying? There is something. There's your preference, I mean. You know what I'm saying? Not to objectify the direction of your observation, you know? But yeah, everybody has a preference. So, you know, whatever your standard is, have you ever seen, you know what I'm saying, a sight you wish you didn't see? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's happened, but you're going to see some things you do not want to see. Still keep your eyes peeled, but try to find the silver line in that which you did not want to visualize, you know? Like, try to find the silver lining in it. Try to find something that could benefit you, you know what I'm saying, that'll stick to the bones and help you grow. You know? You can choose to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because in anything you do, you feel me? It's up to you. I'm gonna always believe that. I'm always gonna be pro-choice on that level. Because even with the abortion thing, I might not agree with it, but it's not on me to be like, hey, you're not finna, if she chooses to do that, that's her. That's her body. I can't do nothing about that. I might strongly disagree. But if she take her behind down to the abortion clinic and go through with it, who am I to go in there and try to, you know, drag her out? I'm not gonna force you to do nothing. I'll tell you how much I disagree. I'm going to definitely drop that in your ear, you know? But you're going to do what you're going to do. That's why I say, bro, if she decide to blow, let her go. Just let her go, man. Don't, don't fight the feeling. Even if the feeling ain't in your favor, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, don't fight the feeling, bro. It's by choice, never by force. Everybody should be allowed to do what they want to do. So what I would advise you to do is place a direction, a focus for your observation, make it for a positive reason, and let that be. You know what I'm saying? Let that be the thing to do, you know? All right.
Here we go again, broken men evade the pain until they die a day. Can't escape fate, any step you take, time rewinds as if life's on replay. Seen it all before, the mistakes and the toll it takes. Death is a case you can't shake. History repeats, defeat or victory. Missed opportunities are killing me. Misery enhanced with Hennessy. Regret and stress keep me company. Murdering nerve is a friend to me. Serving and murdering enemies.